Does anyone have a question?
Stuart, I have a question.
Yes.
Why is rest such an essential part, and how to find that balance?
Why is what?
Rest, such an essential part, and how do we find that balance?
Look, I mean, how do I answer that question? We have to sleep. We have to relax our bodies. We have to regenerate and refresh ourselves, um, or everything stops functioning. I mean, sleep is an essential element in truly not only a spiritual life, but just whatever we have to do during the day to give our bodies a rest, to let our bodies regenerate themselves. And, even a class like this, I mean, how many times have I told you I come into classes like this barely thinking, how am I going to get through this? I was so tired. And this class is like getting 5, 6 hours sleep. By the end of the class, I feel completely rejuvenated. I feel like I'm 10 years younger, because it's kind of we can get energized when we sleep. We relax all the different parts of our body. And meditation does the same thing. It relaxes us. We can rest. And I think it's a very important aspect of living. I mean, I don't get as much sleep as I used to get, but I do get enough so that I can take care of my day the next day. So I mean, you can go to doctors, you can go to biologists, they'll tell you how important sleep is in order for the body to function, in order for the mind to function, our emotions to function. So I just, I don't have a profound answer to your question, Bob. But to me, it's very obvious how essential it is a human being must get rest, must do something to change the routine and get some rest. So, and it also gives us a whole different perspective on things when we allow ourselves to take a break from the tension, from the thinking, from this chaotic mind and emotions that we have. And it gives us a whole new perspective of why we're alive, what we're doing here.
Stuart, for myself, I'm still being woken up 2 or 3 times at night um, to drop tension. And there's a part of me that resists that. And there's another part that is saying, stop the resistance, just do it.
Now listen to this other part of you. Stop resisting it. And just listen to that part of you and say, hey, Bob, you need to get some rest. Stop fighting this thing. do something that will relax you, You can take a shower, walk around your apartment, do something that just relaxes you. When I get up, I often read a book, and that usually puts me to sleep in about 10 minutes. I go back to sleep. This morning was like that. I got up early, I read, I went back to sleep. Or I find what works for me also is I sometimes watch old movies on Max, movies from the 30s, 40s, and they're different kind of movies. There aren't movies about 800 people getting blown up in 12 minutes. I mean, there's stories and and they kind of relax me. And often I can go right back to sleep if I get up at night. So you got to find things that relax and then listen to that part of you that says, and then don't fight it. Sometimes you don't need sleep. Sometimes the energy that's coming into you while you've been sleeping is so powerful and so deep. You understand that it's a substitute for sleep, and you don't need it. And when you need it, you'll fall asleep. So, just don't resist. Don't resist and fight with all this stuff. Just find what works. When I was a kid, I used to sleep 10, 12 hours a day. It was nothing. And wake up at noon. You know? And you get older and it's more difficult to get sleep like that, to rest like that. And I think the biggest thing we have to learn is how to stop fighting with it. There's a simple little, hatha yoga exercise that is very good. And I forgot what it's called, but you just lie there and let your mind go from organ to organ. You know, relax your shoulders, relax your hands, relax your fingers, for the whole body. And often when you're finished doing that, you will go into a deep kind of sleep. So there's a lot of things you can use, and the worst one is resisting it, getting upset at yourself because you're not sleeping. And that all just builds more tension, not less tension. So that's what I would suggest. Look, I'm not an expert on this subject. But I try to find what works for me, because often I wake up at 3 in the morning, you got to go to the bathroom, you got to, something wakes you up. And then you got to get back to sleep. And I learned, don't resist it. Don't fight with yourself because you aren't falling asleep. Just open and say, okay, what am I learning here? What is this teaching me? Listen to your breathing, listen, and let whatever the experiences teach you what you have to do in that moment.
Stuart, I don't have a question, but I have some good news.
Well, that's better than a question.
So the retreat was so powerful, and I thank you so much. I just had a PSMA, a special kind of a scan to look at the prostate cancer, and they could find no traces of it since the retreat. So I thank you so much.
God bless you. That's extraordinary. Extraordinary. It's just wonderful.
Wonderful.
I tell people, come to these retreats. It's worth the money. Trust me. Extraordinary what takes place in these retreats, much more difficult. I can't put my hands on people's heads on Zoom. I can't work with you with that hands. Anyway, God bless you. Stefan, that is the best news of the month. That's the best news of the year. It's
Thank you.
just simply wonderful.
It's a miracle.
It's not a miracle. It's a hard work.
Yes.
Miracles are hard work, but that's what it is. It's work, doing the work. Wow, that's just fantastic. That's just, wow, that makes my month. It's incredible.
Mine too.
Wow. Anybody else have a question or anything they want to add to this? Told you, sometimes that's better than a question.
Stuart,
Yes.
uh, um, tonight is the holiday of Purim. Is holidays of different faiths an opportunity to tap into a deeper energy during those times?
Yes, of course. That's what they're for. Basically, they remind us of what we're really supposed to be doing every day. Holidays. And they're important for that. Also, people get together, they go to the synagogue. I think Purim is a celebration thing, right? Everybody is dancing in the streets, and it's, a lot of energy. But I think more than that, Christmas, Passover, New Year, Easter, these are holidays that really are there to remind us that every day we have to free ourselves. We have to resurrect ourselves. We have to come out of Egypt. It's just a symbol for the slavery that people live in. And it's just a reminder of this. I mean, usually when I write, somebody a birthday card, I say, may this day and every other day of your life be full of joy and love and happiness. Because that's what birthdays remind us of. We are supposed to be, when people are born, there's joy, there's love. Unless, the people having babies are mad people. There's love, there's joy, there's celebration. A new life has come into the world. Every day, if we work on ourselves, a new life comes into this world. Every single day, a new life comes into this world if we do work on ourselves. We don't work on ourselves every day. Our life gets more entombed. So Purim, Passover is coming up soon, right? Yeah, I mean, all those holidays are amazing reminders, basically, of how stupid people are. They celebrate the holiday, and the next day they're fighting and killing each other. So when I was a kid, we used to celebrate all these holidays, Some of them I've even forgotten. My grandmother was a very religious Jewish woman, and we would celebrate these holidays. I had no idea what was going on or what she was doing, but it was important to her, so the family would celebrate. And as I got older, I began to realize every day is a holiday. Every day, if we work on ourselves, we resurrect ourselves, soul, our inner lives. And every day is New Year's. So, all these holidays, to me, that's what they're about. They're just a reminder. Stuart, don't wait to Passover or to, Easter or Christmas to resurrect yourself. Do it every day.
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome. Does anyone else have a question? Well, after Stefan's testimonial, in April, we're having a retreat. If you want to come, just get in touch with Jennifer or myself. And I think there's about 5 or 6 spaces open still, so people can still register for that and come. I wish I could do a bigger retreat, but I can only fit so many people in this apartment. I'm like, it's a pretty nice apartment. I mean, people come in here, it's like a temple almost, you know. So, but if you want to come, let me know. Let Jennifer know. You let Jennifer know, because I will let Jennifer know. You let me know. And we're having it, I think it's like the 24th, 25th of April, week after Easter. So does anyone else have a question? Okay, if there are no more questions, then we'll have meditation tomorrow evening. Thank you. God bless you all. And hopefully I'll see everybody tomorrow.
Night, Stuart. Thank you, as always.
Welcome.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Stuart.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank